Ever wonder what happens when you leave a few cows on a deserted island and just forget about them? It sounds like the start of a strange joke, but this actually happened. And the result is one of the most incredible survival stories you'll ever hear. So grab your explorer's hat, because today we're diving into the amazing tale of the wild island cows. Picture this. It's the late 1800s. A group of ambitious settlers land on a small, windswept island far out in the ocean. They think they can build a new life there, so they bring along everything they need, including a handful of domestic cows for milk and meat. But this island wasn't exactly a paradise. The winds were brutal, the soil was poor, and life was incredibly difficult. Before long, the settlers decided to pack up and leave. In their rush to get back to civilization, they made one huge oversight. They left the cows behind. So there they were, a few bewildered cows, abandoned on a remote island in the middle of a vast ocean. No humans to feed them, no barns for shelter, and no fences to keep them in. You'd think their story would end right there, a sad little footnote in a failed settlement attempt. But you'd be wrong. This is where their incredible journey of survival begins. At first, things must have been tough. The island had no natural predators like wolves or bears, which was a huge advantage. But it also had very little to offer. The only food available was tough, salty coastal grass, not the lush pasture these cows were used to. Their only source of fresh water came from small pools of collected rainwater. It was a harsh, unforgiving environment, and to survive, the cows had to change, and change they did. Over generations, something amazing happened. The herd began to adapt to their new wild life. They weren't farm animals anymore. They were becoming something new. Through natural selection, the cows that were tougher, more resilient, and better able to survive on the sparse resources were the ones that passed on their genes. As a result, the herd evolved. They became smaller, hardier, and more agile than their domestic ancestors. They learned to navigate the island's terrain and live entirely off the land, completely free from human intervention. From just a few forgotten animals, their population began to grow. Slowly at first, then more and more rapidly. They multiplied into a herd of hundreds, and then, at their peak, there were nearly 2,000 cows roaming this tiny island. Imagine that. A thriving, bustling society of wild cattle, living for over a century in complete isolation. They were a unique, self-sustaining feral herd, a living experiment in evolution. For decades, they were the undisputed rulers of their island kingdom, their story unknown to the outside world. It wasn't until the 20th century that people rediscovered the island and its surprising inhabitants. Scientists were fascinated. They arrived to study this incredible herd. Here was a population that had been inbreeding for over 100 years, which normally leads to all sorts of genetic problems. But when they examined the cows, they found them to be surprisingly healthy and robust. They were a testament to the power of nature and its ability to find a way. The cows had become so successful that they had completely transformed the island's ecosystem. Their constant grazing had changed the types of plants that grew there, creating a landscape shaped by their presence. While their survival was an incredible story, their large numbers eventually began to pose a threat to some of the island's rare native plants and nesting seabirds. With a heavy heart, conservationists decided that to protect the island's delicate and unique biodiversity, the cows had to be removed. It marked the end of an era. The wild island cows were carefully rounded up and taken off the island, their century-long reign coming to a close. But their legacy lives on. The story of these forgotten cows is a powerful reminder of how resilient life can be. It shows us that even in the most unlikely, challenging places, life can take hold, adapt, and not just survive, but truly thrive. From a few abandoned farm animals to a wild herd 1,000 strong, it's a real-life tale that proves nature is full of surprises. What do you think of this incredible story? Could you believe cows could survive like that for over 100 years? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this amazing tale, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another mind-blowing story. Thanks for watching and stay curious.